All right, well, let's get to our next guest. It's always a pleasure when he's on. He's a great friend of the show, much like you are.
Oh, you and me are the same then.
Yeah, so let's welcome him back. It's always great to talk to him. Please welcome back to the show, Larry the Loner. Welcome back, Larry.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
Oh, it's our pleasure to have you. This is Adam.
Hey, Larry.
No, this is Adam.
I'm Adam.
Oh, I know. I just saw this great flick.
What?
Call me by your name. I think that's a great policy.
Okay, well, go ahead. Hello.
Hey to you, Adam.
Hey, Larry.
Hello,
How's it going?
Scott. It's great to see you.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of that flick? You thought it was great.
I thought it was great.
Or did you like the policy more than the movie, or the movie more than the policy?
The movie just sort of existed, I think, to spread this policy. It's kind of...
The propaganda film?
Yeah, it's like an essay almost. But yeah,
okay.
It was great. One of my favorite digital downloads I've watched lately.
So did you guess the ones and zeros on that, or?
No, I tried.
Please speak up, by the way, please.
Maybe my headphones are down low. I tried, but I guessed wrong, and
Yeah, you just had to go ahead and pay the $19.99.
Yeah, exactly. And I got into days. I typed in a bunch of speaking in 1999.
Wait, you got the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, End of Days?
So I guessed the wrong binary code.
I always get wild hogs when I guess the wrong binary
Yeah, exactly.
code.
So I went and bought the Blu-ray DVD combo, came home, opened it, saw the code, put it in, did the digital download.
We don't need the entire process, but thank you.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing about that movie. I don't know if you've seen it, Adam.
Oh, Call Me By My Name?
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to look at a peach the same way again.
Indeed.
I was already looking at him funny.
They are shaped like a butt. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
So, Larry, obviously we talked to you, it seems like it must have been a couple of years ago, maybe around the last time Adam was on the show.
Probably immediately after that.
Probably around August 2016.
It may have been that long ago, but you're a good friend of the show. Describe your whole thing. Obviously,
I'm a loner.
You're a loner.
I'm a loner. I live a solitary lifestyle. I drive around on a motorcycle. I'm usually doing.
Don't they call it ride around on a motorcycle? They don't say they're driving.
That's what a lot of people say, and I try to be different on singular.
Okay. You're a loner when it comes to describing
terminology,
what you do on a motorbike.
That's right, Larry.
A motorized bicycle.
Yeah, exactly. I drive around. I try to stay on one wheel as much as possible.
Which one, front or back?
Yeah, back. I'm doing a wheelie everywhere.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. I drive around, and I'm kind of a loner, and I work at the library.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
because I'm a loner.
And what do you do at the library?
I loan out books.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. Maybe I'm mistaking.
No,
your name.
that was a mistake on my part. There's no A in Larry the Loner.
Okay.
I thought they misspelled it.
You thought who misspelled it?
The job listing.
The job list. Oh, I see.
Looking for a loner. Yeah.
But it just serendipity. It all worked out. You enjoy the work.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Okay, so you fell into it. You didn't expect that career.
Yeah, literally.
You thought they were advertising for someone to be a solitary person.
Yeah, that was just the perfect thing for me, and I went and I did it.
Sure. Did you ever think, like, why would they pay someone to do that?
No.
Well, you're a loner in that regard, too.
I still refuse to think it.
Well, the job has changed, so I don't know why you would.
Oh, good.
So, so you loan out the books. Mm-hmm. Do you also get to impose those fines?
Nope. That's the returner.
Okay.
What's his name?
Brian Mitchell. He used to be a punt returner in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the listing.
Speedy Brian Mitchell.
Yeah.
I remember him.
And then he said, they need a returner, so I should take this job.
That's a good retirement plan.
Yeah.
So, and you, when you drive around, I'll use your term, or I'll call it by your name. When you drive around on your motorcycle, you tend to you're alone a lot.
I'm alone.
You're up in your head.
Yeah.
And you think interesting thoughts. Didn't we talk about that last time?
Yeah, I have these profound thoughts come to mind, and I'll say them out loud to myself, but no one's around to hear them because I'm a loner.
Are they audible above the roar of the engines?
I would say if you're in
those HPs,
if you're in an adjacent vehicle, you're inside an adjacent vehicle. Mm-hmm. You probably can't hear it, no.
But to yourself, that's...
I can hear it, yeah. A little fly under my nose, he might hear it.
So, like, what about a Brundlefly, like a Jeff Goldblum? Would he be able to hear were he to be passing by?
Yeah, if he has, an advanced sense of hearing may be one of his powers anyway.
That's true. Did he have powers, or did he have, or did he
could
view them
stick
as
to
a
the
curse?
ceiling.
That's true. That's a good point. But is that a power or is it a curse?
Ooh, good question. I got to digitally download Homecoming and find out.
So you have these thoughts, and can you take us through what were some examples of some of them?
Sure. Well, I was thinking about how there's all these protests these days.
Oh boy, tell me about it.
Everywhere you go,
There's a
protesting.
protest.
I mean, you look at on the news, and you have the March against March for Our Lives is what it
March
was.
for Our Lives.
Not against lives. That would be terrible.
There was a march for Chinese New Year.
Yeah. That wasn't a protest.
I guess
against...
it was no, I guess it wasn't a protest at all. Maybe against the dragons. There was some that were.
That's true. Yeah.
That were, in the streets.
Some marches.
They're celebrating the.
Some marches are for things like the
Dragons.
March for Our Lives. So that was for their lives. So that's not a protest.
Right.
And then the Gay Pride March, that's for Gay Pride.
Yeah.
The Chinese New Year, that's for Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, conversely to that, there will be a protest
Yes,
march.
a protest march. And, as a motorcyclist, sometimes I gotta, find a ramp to go over them. But
Wait, is that how you, so you're doing wheelies?
I'm going around, they're trying to have a detour. I just see a ramp, I go off and I go over.
You see a ramp, so you don't like CB radio someone to set up a ramp.
No. I just look around, see whatever looks like a ramp-like surface and take off.
I think that's one of the most exciting things about marches is the
Yeah.
motorcycles shooting overhead, and everyone's like, "Look, there's another one."
So you're looking for a construction site, basically, where there's some lumber arranged.
Yes,
and-
exactly. Or maybe off the back of a pickup truck or something.
That's a cool
A dolly.
way to do it.
Yeah. So one time as I was in midair over a protest,
Sure.
I said to myself, protest. What's the opposite of pro? Con. Contest.
Oh.
What's the opposite of test? No homework. It's funny that these days there's all these protests, but there's no homeworks.
Wow.
And I landed.
And then you landed.
Yeah, I landed.
And what were your eyes on the road, or was the landing a surprise to you because you were in your head?
My eyes were skyward.
Wow! And it was a safe landing. You didn't lay it down or anything.
No, yeah. I
Landed on one wheel.
Yeah, I landed on one wheel and kept going to the library.
Can I ask? Do you think that any of the protesters heard that? In
Golly,
that
I
moment
wish, but I don't
and
think so.
Reflected on it, or
I looked in my rearview mirror, and which is I just bring a hand mirror and I hold it.
Would be at a weird angle, the normal rear view mirror, because it'd be pointing at the ground
Yeah,
if you're doing
yeah.
the wheelie.
Yeah, my Ducati doesn't have a rearview mirror. So
It's a Ducati?
Yeah, so I just bring a hand mirror from the bathroom and I use it as a rearview mirror. And
Okay, good.
so I was looking at the protesters to see if my words had inspired anybody, but they none
Too
of them-
busy marching against something.
marching, chanting. A few of them said we couldn't hear that guy.
Well, maybe it was a protest against not being able to hear your interesting thoughts.
I thought so, but then I looked it up on BuzzFeed News and it was about something else.
So now you say you were on the way to the library.
Yeah.
Was it a work day or was
Yeah.
this for pleasure? Oh, okay. It was a work day.
Yeah, I don't know. There's really no need for me to go there for pleasure.
Really?
Well, because anything I need to get, if I want a book, I can get it. I get a discount even. So,
I thought they were free.
oh
Wait, they're paying you to take books home?
no, they're charging me less. They said,
oh, jeez.
"Oh, Brian Mitchell's tricking me."
Oh, Brian. Hey, he's just
like-
as sneaky as he was on the
Yep,
field.
exactly.
Yeah,
Remember that trick play he ran where he put
Yeah.
the ball underneath his jersey and
Well-
everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know where the ball is," and he just ran it right
Well,
back
instead
in
of
the end
going
zone.
north-south, he went east-west, and everyone's like, "Why you had noticed the
can't-
sideline?"
Wait, there's end zones on east and
He
west
was up
too?
in the stands.
Oh, it was crazy.
It was a crazy play.
Yeah,
yeah. Hey, I love the game.
you do. You're a fan of the game.
That ball is oblong, if you ask me.
I didn't, but I'm glad that you said it.
Okay, don't ask.
And what color do you think it is?
The ball?
Yeah,
I'd say brown.
that checks out.
I agree. I totally agree.
Definitely checks out to me. Any laces on that thing?
Woo!
It's silly with laces.
It's still, well, there might just be one actual lace that's strung through, or maybe it's multiple.
I don't think so. I think there's laces on all four sides of the ball. There's 4 sets of laces on NFL football.
Very good.
Yeah.
Football is the laciest sport.
I've always said that. Hey, what do you think about that deflate gate?
Ooh, what do you think about Lacey Peterson?
I guess I'm not a fan of either.
Yeah. I don't like a husband.
Look, I didn't know her long enough to be a fan of hers. So, what other thoughts do you have? You have any others?
Yeah, I do. Glad you asked. These days, everyone's always talking, call me by your name. Call me by your name.
Right, everyone is
You are,
talking
because
about
you
that.
just saw it.
I was driving. I
A
said
few
to
months
myself,
ago, people were maybe.
whatever happened to call each other by their own name?
Wait, whatever happened to...
Calling each other by their own name.
So just normal set of business?
Why can't I come in here and call you Scott?
So just business as usual.
Yeah.
That's what people do.
Not since that movie came out.
I don't know, Larry. I came in, I called him Scott. It was like the first thing I did.
Well, you're a rebel. You're an iconoclast.
He's a loner.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts?
I'm glad you asked. So, there I was. You know, I'm one of those guys that goes down to the junior high and runs on the track as fast as I can.
Wait, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Are you allowed?
Well, no one stops me. You ever seen an old guy running around the track at a high school?
Yeah, at high school.
On a weekend or something, though.
Well, sometimes, but then you go out during a class and there's an old guy and everyone's too polite to say anything to him. It's kind of weird, but you're just like, whatever.
Maybe his wife died or something. Let him have it.
But you're not an old guy.
I'm 48.
I mean, that's not old as far as I'm concerned.
I didn't
Listen
to my last appearance on YouTube to figure out how old I was and what my voice sounds like.
Wait, so
you think I remembered the library thing?
So you don't talk normally? You have to listen to how your voice sounds?
No.
You're such a loner.
I haven't talked since last
August 2016.
Yeah. Wow. No wonder you got such hot takes on old movies.
You've really been building them up.
Yeah. Yeah, you should get me... Ooh, don't get me started.
Got anything on Jurassic World?
Yeah, what was with that thing?
Okay, that's not a hot... That's
I just saw the poster.
very, very cold at
I
best.
couldn't figure out the code, yeah.
So anyway, the old guy's running around on the field.
Yeah, I'm one of those kind of... So I like to go down to the junior high, because kids think a loner is cool. So I run as fast as I can around the track, do a mile as fast as I can during their gym.
How fast do you do a mile usually?
I can get it down there in about 7, 9, 10 minutes. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, 7. Wow.
Sometimes I run it backwards.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. All right, yeah.
Are you cutting across the track or you're sticking to the track?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Because I feel like that's a really fast time for you.
I'll change lanes within the track.
That's standard running procedure. I guess what Adam means is just going east-west.
Yeah, sometimes you Billy
Much like
Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell is doing.
Lap 3. I'm done. I'm cutting across.
Hey, I don't always play by the rules.
Attaboy.
So, yes, you go running around the track
running,
as fast as you can. You're doing about 6 miles an hour, it sounds.
Yeah. And I'm running. And I say to myself...
Sometimes 7 or 8.
I say, there's such sequel mania these days. Pretty soon, the Me Too movement is going to be Me 3. Due to the sequel mania these days.
It seems as if people have sequelitis.
Yeah.
They're maniacal about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry, after you're done running around the track, do you ever run to an open mic and share some of these thoughts?
I wish. I don't know where they are.
Oh, there's usually
Adam knows a
websites,
few,
and
yeah.
they're pretty well documented. They're out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe Larry here could open for you, Adam. I mean,
Larry, are you busy? Would you?
I'd love to. Sometimes I drive past Cafe Nora, and I see that they have a sign for an open mic.
I thought you said you didn't know where any were.
I guess I go by too fast.
I'll talk to iTunes, and they'll set up a gig where I headline and you open for me at Cafe Nora.
Great. Do I have to get off the bike?
No.
Great. So I can just
go around
in the club.
be on one wheel, spin it around.
Also, maybe you could open for him, opening for things like the Beatles' "Let It Be." Let's hear that.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm doing your bike
great.
sound.
And I'd like to introduce your headliner, The Beatles, Let It Be.
And I'm Adam Cadenholland, the official voice of iTunes. Here's the Beatles, Let It Be. My opener shouldn't be doing that.
I love it. I think that just, some people would say gilds the lily, but I say adds to the bouquet.
Imagine how much the Beatles are going to love like a stellar introduction like that.
Yeah.
They're going to love it. Those lads?
From Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lad mags.
Liverpudlians.
Yes.
They must like those, huh?
I don't know. I don't know if they do. Well, we need to take a break. So
Okay.
You're such an interesting guy, and I can tell you're just bubbling over because you haven't spoken in 2 years.
Yeah.
And you're just remembering how to do your voice. But when we come back, we'll hear maybe some more of your thoughts. But this is exciting. We have some pop stars on the show. Do you like the world of music? Seems like you love to go see movies.
Yeah, well, no. I had a thought the other day. I said something all by myself.
What was that?
I was, driving along, and I went, Havana, ooh, na, na.
Wait, you
Half
just...
of my heart, Havana, ooh, na, na.
So you were singing along to a song.
Took me back to East Atlantic.
That's not really a thought. That's just you singing along
I guess
to the
not.
radio.
No one heard me say it. Yeah, I was singing along to the radio.
Okay. By the way, how loud do those motorcycle radios get?
I have it plugged into my helmet.
Oh, okay,
It's
great.
like an NFL player, how he gets the helmet.
Aren't you supposed to have like awareness, aural awareness of what's happening around you? So if you hear a siren, if your music is blasting too loud, I know we need to go
Good
to
point.
a break, but I thought that this was
Yeah, probably. I'm also probably not supposed to wear an eye patch, but I do.
an eye patch.
Yeah, it's only have one eye.
Why?
Loner.
All right, look, we need to go to a break. When we come back, we'll have more Adam Cadenholland, more Larry the Loner, and Dino and Shim, big pop stars, will be here. We'll be right back with Comedy Bang Bang after this. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here. Adam Cadenholland is here. He's checking on his phone. Maybe he's looking to see if that shout-out made any headway.
My
there
wife
with his
didn't
wife.
even notice.
Didn't even hear it?
Didn't even hear it.
By the way, surprise shout-out, go.
Oh, surprise shout out to Rhea Butcher again. Because I panicked and didn't prepare.
All right. You know what, Larry? I'll give you one.
Hey, I'd like to give a shout out to my motorcycle.
Is it when you park it, is it still on one wheel as well?
Yeah. I just set it on the setting where it keeps going around in a circle, so as soon as I leave, I can just jump on and take off.
Doesn't waste gas like that?
What setting is that?
Oh, it wastes
On?
gas. Yeah, on. With the kickstand down.
Larry, do you have any other thought before we get to our next guest? Do you have any other thoughts that you? We love your thoughts, your random thoughts.
Random, huh?
I guess maybe they're not random; they're very precisely constructed. But do you have anything else?
Yeah. Why is it that you park on a highway, but you get high at the Safeway?
Can I ask you something, Larry?
Yeah?
You didn't have any other thoughts.
No, I didn't.
Why'd you say you had thoughts? And why are you only coming in with 2 thoughts?
There was 4.
All right.
I don't know,
Now
but
5.
That kind of ability to think on his feet is the type of thing I look for in an opener.
Yeah, now you got me thinking that I'm saying jokes. I'm trying to come up with funny ones. Instead of just things I actually said.
All right, Larry. Well, you're one of our favorite guests and an old friend of the show.
A classic guest.
But mommy dead.
Mommy, Dad.
So we couldn't really parent trap now, could we?
I'm so sorry. How did your mother pass away?
And Daddy says no.
Daddy said no to her being alive?
It's kind of a sad story, but I'll tell it. Don't tell it. I want to tell it, but we don't talk about it.
Why don't you say it simultaneously?
Okay. Ready? Look at my eyes. Okay.
There's the freckle.
Mommy was at a protest. She was protesting Chinese New Year. And
I
she was
didn't know they had that. I thought they only had ones that were pro-Chinese.
Mr. Ackerman, can we finish our story?
You've barely begun.
She was walking down the street, and out of nowhere, a motorbike came flying through the sky. And have you ever decapitated your head?
I know. Have never broken the neck.
I can't remember if I have or if I haven't.
No.
Well, Mommy's head became decapitated from a motorcycle tire.
Ooh.
But it was
The back one, almost as if they were doing a wheelie.
there. Yes, that was the thing. There was no front tire.
There was no front tire.
Well, I guess we should say if the front tire was there, it would have hit her first, but the back tire hit her, and decapitated her head, and Daddy said no. And
There's all sorts of ways to be decapitated. I mean, you could be decapitated on the initial part of the arc, in which case the back tire would always be up. On the descent, it would definitely be the front tire.
we didn't go to school,
Yeah, that's true. Do you know what an arc is? Do you know what I'm describing?
just from the Bible.
You know what an arc is, right?
Oh, yeah.
From Indiana Jones?
Yeah. You rated that thing.
So, well, that's a sad, sad story.
It's okay. We didn't really know her, and we know Daddy really well.
Why did you not know her? How long ago did she die?
3 months.
How would you not know your mother then?
Daddy said no.
Daddy said no to a relationship.
Daddy said no to a relationship.
Wow.
Havana unana. Doopy doopy doo. Havana unana.
Why'd you start singing that?
Oh, that's just another one of our hits.
That's you guys?
That's the Pointing Sisters?
That's right.
I thought it was Camila Cabello or
Wow,
something.
I guess you do know a lot of pop stars.
Well, I guess I said I didn't know pop music because I'd never heard of you. I was trying to be kind.
Oh, that is kind. But Camila actually stole that song from us, which is cool because she only has the one, so we let her have it. But we actually wrote it and got a #1 hit from it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. That'll happen sometimes. I know Charlie XCX wrote I Love It, I Don't Care. You know, even though she didn't sing on it. So that can happen.
Yeah.
You guys are
Bruce
like...
Springsteen wrote Because the Night.
That's true.
That's true.
That is true.
And also Fire for the Pointer Sisters, which is another thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
You are the Pointing Sisters.
That's
Have
right.
you heard of the Pointer Sisters? Former crackheads who became a singing sensation.
I've heard of them from the iTunes introductions. Coming up next, the Pointer Sisters.
Oh, I'm sorry. And you know them from your introduction of it. How did yours go?
Hey, this has been a great show. Now your headliner, Adam Keaton Holland.
Thank you, Larry. Coming up next, the Pointer Sisters on iTunes. Tunes.
We recognize that, but I don't know the songs. I just
Romeo and
recognize
Juliet, Samson and Delilah. Baby, you can bet. That's the one Springsteen wrote for them. They also sing Jump, Jump for my love. Jump it. You're gonna jump, jump it.
We're
Adam,
so
back me up on
young.
this.
It's correct.
I mean, do backups. We're gonna jump for
jump,
my
jump,
love.
jump.
Thank you. That was what I was looking
Jump.
That sounds good.
It does sound good, and it sounded so good they rose to the top of the charts.
Roasted?
They rose to top of. They didn't roast the top of the charts.
I
would love to see Jeffrey Ross do that, though.
Oh, man.
Like you guys introduced the #1 single, and then Jeffrey Ross comes out and just roasts him in the
Just
middle of it.
lambastes the #1 single
Yeah.
right there in front of everyone.
Take
Just
that, chain smokers.
Chainsmoker is more like,
Gonna be driving Lyft in a year.
yeah, great.
I don't know if that worked.
Well, we're
wasn't us, it
we're
was
not
Jeff
Jeff Ross.
Ross.
We're no Jeff Rosses. Like we
Blame
could
him.
we can harness the alchemy of a Jeff Ross.
The Chainsmokers are our uncles, so watch it.
Oh, wait. So how are they related to Daddy?
They're Daddy's brothers.
Daddy's brothers.
Daddy's little brothers. They're
they-
stepbrothers.
Do they ever say no?
What do you mean? Do Chainsmokers say
Daddy
no?
says no.
Daddy says no a lot.
Daddy says no. Chainsmokers actually say yes.
Oh.
So we're not allowed to see them anymore.
Now, your daddy writes your songs,
Daddy writes our songs.
and he wrote the one about driving
Yeah.
cars, and he wrote the one about bananas.
Yeah.
Is he a big fan of Diddy Kong Racing?
Because of the picking up bananas?
Yeah, bananas or Donkey Kong and Mario Kart. You know, there's
Yeah,
bananas.
There's a lot of
driving.
bananas as prizes.
Maybe that's what he does for fun.
We don't really know if what he does in his off time.
Does he
Then I
talk-
withdraw the question.
Well,
So he doesn't have any songs about Diddy Kong driving a propeller plane?
I
or-
guess he does, but we don't really know what Daddy does on his off time, so I don't know where these songs come from. But we do have a #1 hit song called Diddy Kong. Wait, you say it again.
Diddy Kong drives a propeller plane?
Yeah, that's one of our hits.
I know it.
Diddy Kong drive.
And he
Prope-
says it drives almost instead of flies, almost like Larry here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Call me by your name.
Wow, amazing. Well, speaking of names, we need to name what is coming up next, which is a break. We'll be right back with more Adam Caton Holland, more Larry the Loner, and more, what was your name again?
I'm Dino.
And you're?
Shim.
And we
Just
will...
kidding. We're the other
Oh,
ones.
God, you got me again. Switch back. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here with Adam Caton Holland, who has been sitting here the entire break sort of like beautiful minding. You've been staring off into the sky and sort of
Yeah.
like almost like doing arithmetic in your head. What?
I just feel like there's a kind of connectivity going on here. I think that Larry the Loner may have inadvertently, I'm not assuming anything,
I heard a very loud gulp
kill
in the last segment.
I think he may have killed the Pointing Sisters' mother while she was protesting the Chinese New Year.
That seems kind of crazy.
And remember when I asked you?
Wait, there's that gulp again.
Yeah,
I heard it. So did I.
It's nuts.
Are you okay, sir?
Hey, I think he's got dry mouth.
Mister, are you okay?
And I asked if, at any one of these, when you were jumping a protest, if anyone stopped and listened to what you were saying. But I think they weren't listening to what you're saying, but an entire family certainly noticed and was forever affected by you leaping that protest
the
that
pointing
day.
mother.
Our last name is Blumenthal.
Oh, really? Oh, so you're what?
Frere Blumenthal.
That's crazy, because someone made headgum out of your mom.
Different network. It's a different podcast network.
Blumenthal.
Why are you making jokes about this, Larry?
I had to.
It's like a compulsion or something.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
You're laughing.
But why are you laughing? Why are you making jokes? This is very serious. A very serious
this
accusation.
Guy, you got one of the best stand-ups in the world on your show.
I mean,
He's
you are
making
his
me laugh.
opener. You are his opener.
Well, I'm beginning to question that. I don't need a murderer who makes jokes
No, this
about a
guy's making
terrible
me laugh.
crime to be my opener. That's not the tone
Yeah.
I'd like to set at my shows.
You don't want to start with murder.
No,
before you get to
definitely.
Adam Caton Holland.
No.
Before you get to the Beatles.
Right, exactly.
Uh-oh. You're peeing everywhere, sir.
Oh, gosh. It's coming out of every orifice.
And let me tell you, that mirror has slipped down below your knees.
Come see my little thing.
It is little,
I'm
isn't it?
beginning just to suspect that you have that mirror in between your legs just to make your penis look bigger. It's like a funhouse mirror.
Yeah, it's one of those, where you look at your pores. Well, I think that settles the case of who killed your mom.
No, we haven't even gotten
He's
to it.
dancing around the issue.
Do you remember this, Larry?
I have jumped over so many protests.
But your back tire certainly didn't hit a woman's head at every protest, did it?
No, that would be crazy, right? If I hit a woman's head at every protest.
Wait, what percentage of protests are you hitting the back of women's heads and decapitating them?
Well,
Speak up, sir.
look, there's nothing illegal about it, okay? That's what we should say first and foremost.
Well, about what? The jumping over? or
about
the-
jumping or decapitating someone inadvertently.
I think the jump itself is illegal. I
Yeah.
think the decapitation is certainly illegal.
Ooh, yeah.
And your dad's a lawyer.
He is. And that trickles down whether I go to law school or not.
Crip.
Crep?
Crip.
Wait, are you just naming foods now?
Yeah. I'm thinking of when I went for my last meal because I'm going to be on death row.
What will you put in your crepe? Nutella?
Yeah, savory or sweet?
Oh, a little of both.
That's the way to go for a last meal.
Sir. Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Larry?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We didn't really know Mommy. And honestly, the fact that she was protesting a holiday is probably illegal in and of itself.
Yeah.
So if you just look at us in the eye and maybe apologize.
Which eye? Which, the freckle eye?
If you look us in our freckle eyes.
Oh, they're hypnotic.
Where you may need to switch back around so that they're on the inside so
Okay.
that it's a little easier to do.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
Look us in our freckle eyes
Yeah.
and just apologize. And we'll apologize to you. And then we'll call each other by each other's names. And then we'll fuck a peach.
Wow. And what do you want Adam and I to be doing?
Yeah,
Are we
just-
watching
should we
you?
watch,
or
or-
are we, do you
Why
want
don't
us
you
to
guys-
get in on the action?
Maybe you guys come over here as well and look at us in our freckle eyes.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
get-
okay.
all right.
Cloppity, 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 clop. I'm riding my mule.
You don't have to tell us. We see.
Wow, your mule is doing a wheelie.
Yeah.
Funny that never came up.
Don't worry about it. There's no time.
Yeah, true. All right.
We're all looking into Dino and Shim's freckle eyes.
You almost called me shame.
I almost did. Call me by your shame. All right, go ahead, Larry.
Look, I'm sorry for decapitating your mom. Shim, Dino.
Is that
Now
it?
I fucked the peach. Is that right?
Wait. That's
Sounds good to us.
it?
I think that was beautiful to watch.
And we'll do it as well.
Okay.
Larry. Let's say it at the same time. Okay. Larry,
Yeah.
we're sorry that our mom's head got in the way of your back tire when she was protesting the Chinese New Year. Now you fuck a peach?
Yeah. You got a baby peach?
Why do
Why
you
a
want a
baby
baby peach? Gross.
No,
What
because
is-
it's small. I'm small down there.
okay.
it felt
I don't
uncomfortable.
know.
I didn't
feel
mean
like
it like that. You
I
guys got to get your
feel-
minds out of
Daddy
the
says no. Daddy says no.
Daddy
Oh,
say, yeah, we
brother.
all say no
Daddy
to this.
say no.
Yeah, you're a sick pervert.
No, I'm not. I never even touched another human.
Put your penis away. Your
Okay.
urine has touched plenty of humans and the undersides of bike wheels. And,
That's true.
I mean, your piss. I wonder if they did a DNA, like a black light all over the entire city. If just your DNA is all over it.
Yeah.
Pissing all over the city.
Yeah.
You're sick.
Thanks.
You're sick.
And you're really screwing up Ancestry.com. A lot of people are very confused by the results they're getting.
Yeah.
23andMe, boy, with sequel mania these days. What's next?
Oh, yeah.
24 in me.
That's
Is
good
that
stuff.
Jack Bauer's new show? What is going on here?
Yeah.
Look, I think you need to apologize to everyone.
Hey, look, everyone, I'm sorry. It's tough being a loner.
It is tough. We aren't making allowances for the fact that you haven't even spoken in 2 years.
Yeah.
You forgot how to do it.
Yeah,
You've been sort of intermittently forgetting this entire show.
sure.
Your volume level has been increasing and decreasing.
And the voice isn't consistent either.
So, I don't know. Maybe we're being too hard on Larry.
I
here.
agree. You've made me laugh already, and you're so, cold and out of practice. Get this guy on the open mic scene for a week.
Yeah.
Imagine how good that's going to be.
Are you willing to do that, to talk more than once every 2 years?
I guess I could do open mics for a week.
I will usher you in. I'll introduce you around. I'm very connected in the Los Angeles open mic scene.
What's happening next week? Why can you only do it for a week?
You just said I should do it for a week.
That's all I feel comfortable
Oh,
with.
okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
I want to try him out for a week, but I don't think it's going to work beyond that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But I'm
got
trying to
it.
be nice.
Got it.
For
yeah,
your
you
viewers.
are very nice.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they're listeners. But
Indeed.
We would be okay with singing one of our songs at your open mic.
Really?
let's hear how this would go. Okay. So when would you be in the order? After?
I guess we would be
I guess-
opening for you.
Yeah, it's very hard balancing music and comedy, but I think that's the right way to go. But I feel like because I'm the main act, I'll intro you.
Okay.
Okay. So we start with Larry first.
Right.
So.
Hey. Sorry for knocking off one of your heads, folks.